done with.
Dude, you've been done.
I'm still here.
For what? Why? Because you just want to be a asshole.
You're right.
Then why the would you be in this competition,
I'm here.
bone face?
Why do you look 50 and you're 24?
What? What did you say? Go yourself, you.
Would you rather have the brand new PS5 or a weekend with these three lovely ladies and you do anything you want with them?
Wait, anything with them?
Like anything.
A whole weekend?
A whole weekend.
Damn, with the PS5 though, like it just.
I know.
Ah, damn, y'all beautiful though, but.
Hold on, what'd you say?
PS5 or us?
Oh,
Bro, y'all beautiful, but I had a PlayStation 4 for 4 years, bro. I need a PS5.
My nigga.
I feel like homie head should be normal. I have friends that I'll just go over to their house because I want to show off a little bit, and then on the way out, I'll dap them up and act like nothing happened, and we'll just talk like we're homies, because we are.
Y'all, so this dude came in my DM yesterday. He was like, "You're pretty, I'm trying to get to know you." He literally sent me $1,000 just to get to know me. And y'all literally sit here and think I'm gonna get to know y'all for free when somebody just paid me $1K for him to get to know me? Be so for real.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
You know what I love to see? I love to see when the ex leaves and does everything that I asked them to do for somebody else. That just makes me know that I wasn't the issue. It was you. And you realized you was the issue, but you was so goddamn prideful on changing your ways. You rather had changed your partner and then try to be better for them. That's cool. Listen, God works in mysterious ways, and maybe that was a blessing for me. Maybe that's a blessing for them. However, it brings me peace to know that I was right.
What kind of shit is that?
Would you feel comfortable if your father was watching your OnlyFans and subscribing to it?
Probably not. No.
You would not feel comfortable, and I'll tell you why. That's because in your heart of hearts, in your soul, if you still got one, you know it's wrong. That's your work. In my work, if my mother consumed my work, I'd be thankful and pleased that she took an interest in my work and supported my work. If she bought my products, I'd be thankful. If your mother or father bought your products, you'd be disgusted and ashamed because you know what you're doing is wrong and the product of what you're doing is bad.
He ain't lying.
What's up, y'all? It's Cali West. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. So yeah, you already know how we do. Now, of course, we got XL Pro, got the moderator with the most coming through. Now, of course, he says like, share, and subscribe. You already know. He also says Cash App is $ Cali West. So salute to the righteous sphere. Now, we got a couple of things that we need to go over today. Now, one of the things is, a matter of fact, we're gonna change it up a little bit. We're gonna go to this quick skit about basically what we got to offer in the community. Check this out.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Now, these are the women that Dr. Umar wants us to marry.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Now, yo, here's the thing. I'm not saying that all black women are like this, because not all of them are. But let's just say more than enough of them are like this to the point that we could have this conversation. Now, let's just be real. There has been a lot of rise of, women respecting dope boys over, sanitation workers and postal workers and people who, work at the factory. At one point in time, those would be jobs that used to get a lot of respect and accolades. But of course, moving out of this time, we're in the 21st century, everybody's about, getting that fast buck. It's all about the dollar. Now, of course, one thing I don't want to expand upon was the fact is, I don't know if y'all been seeing it, but, as a matter of fact, I might even have to pull it up. But essentially, David Banner basically says that, at age 50, he is finally ready, to settle down and have a family. Now, of course, most men, will say, that, within time, he has been patient and he has built himself success. And it is very natural for a man to, make sure that he's able to provide for his family, or at least, have the ability to provide for his family when the time does come across. Now, of course, a lot of women, a lot of people, they got a lot to say because they kind of feel that it's a double standard. Like, for example, prime example, a lot of people are upset because, a lot of, men in our space, we talk about, women hitting the wall and, how, waiting until 40, 50 is like not the best time to try to get married and how y'all just leftover women. And, we're not saying this out of a place of hate. We're actually saying it from a place of love and understanding. Unfortunately, most sisters aren't willing to accept that, and, that's okay too. That doesn't mean that we're going to, we're not going to stick to the script and not, tell it how it is, not how it might be. Now, let's see here. Now, of course, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pull up my Facebook account because I like to bring up my case in point for tonight. Okay. Well, here we go. Let's see if I can share it. Matter of fact, let's go to. Oh, okay. King Creole comes through and he says facts. Okay. We got the Facebook, viewers in the building. Salute. I appreciate you for tuning in on Creole. Salute to the righteous sphere. Now, I'm going to bring up my Facebook page, if y'all don't mind, because we wanted to go over the listed differences of why it's okay for David Banner at age 50 to be looking for a marriage and family, while it's not okay for Vivica Fox. Now, here's the thing. Vivica Fox could do whatever she could do, Lord willing. The only problem is that, we're not going to go sit down here and go act like, it's a reality, because the truth is, more than likely, she's not going to find very much success in the dating market. Now, with that being said, all right, here go my page. Let me remove that. Now, of course, let's get into this article now. Now, I don't know if I can see this, but it's a clear list. And matter of fact, we're going to chop it up about this list right now. Let's see here if I can make that. I love it. There you go. Now, of course, it says, all right, for example, older guy ready to settle down versus an older woman ready to settle down. Now, here's the contrast. As a man, now, of course, as a man, when you get older, you do get a certain level of maturity because now you're getting, not only are you combining street smarts with experience, you also, have learned a lot and was able to more than likely double in your income from your early 20s, 30s to the point that you're in your 50s now. Now, of course, there's the financial stability, of course, because one thing that is associated with older man is stability, mentally stable. Of course, for a man to survive to the age of 50, he definitely got to be stable. Now, it says done battling his demons, whatever that could be, whether that's drugs, alcohol, child support. But the bottom line is by the age of 50, if a black man is able to get to the age of 50 without going to jail, he'll be all right. Now, it says done with the streets. Kind of goes back to the jail situation, doesn't it? Works out. Now, we all know that David Banner, even though I ain't really much for showing ninjas with shirts off, we all know he's in shape. Now, of course, it says he has his life in order. Let's just be real. Most women don't even want to deal with any man, much less an older, broke man. So, of course, if a man is in his 50s and he got his shit together, women going to want to deal with him. Now, of course, it says eats healthy. Well, if he has 11 to 50, more than likely he might have eaten healthy. And if he isn't, he definitely might want to get into it. That way he can last a little longer, especially wanting to have a kid in the family. In fact, fantastic shape. We already discussed that. Now it says kids are grown, if any. And it says that can be led by example. Oh, can lead by example. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Of course, no doubt. It says has critical thinking skills, which is something that a man of the age of 50 definitely should have. Now it says ready to give you the best version of him. Interesting, because of course David Banner didn't talk about getting married at 30 or 40 or when he was out with a little flip making songs. No, he did it when he already had himself established. Excel Pro says easier to find hoes and bitches than find a wife today. That's facts. And David, see, that's the thing about David Banner. Let's just best believe, even if he be kicking that that conscious social justice stuff, we all know that he be getting hoes. We all know that. But see, the thing is, when you get a lot of hoes, you tend to get tired of the hoes. You kind of want something a little more, down to earth. And I think that's kind of what he's kind of gone through. Sometimes every man is at a different peril of their life. But I definitely agree, XL Pro. Hey, you're definitely right, hands down. I can't even dispute what you said. Now, of course, let's go to the latter. The older woman ready to settle down. Now it says, gain mad weight. We have multiple kids.
Nope.
Baby daddy drama.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
We like to kind of get and tease the women about, them not having involved fathers. But have y'all ever dealt with a single mother and she had an involved father? Trust me, it's not as sweet as it seems.
Emotional damage.
Because the father's involved, the father still has feelings for the wife or the ex, baby mama and all that. And trust me, that is his own. And then he can manipulate the kids. Trust me, it gets nasty. Now, of course, it says trauma from past relationship. They definitely have trauma from past relationship because they always talk about they're not going to accept from no new man. It says badly built, bad shape. Sheesh.
What kind of shit is that?
Now it says no longer has a tight body. Yeah, unfortunately, for a woman, in the age of 60, have a tight body, that has to be, dieting and working out has to be part of her lifestyle. And if it isn't by the age of 50, 60, kiss that one goodbye. Now, of course, it says bad credit, high blood pressure, zero accountability. Of course.
You got a girl. Drop her.
Doesn't want to be submissive. That kind of goes without saying, because if she was submissive, she would already have a man. It says the streets are done with her. Oh, sheesh.
Holy Jesus.
Mm.
What is that?
The streets are done with her?
What is that?
I mean, from what we say over here in the righteous sphere, of course, even in the free agent lifestyle, and coach gang, CGA, Coach Greg Adams tends to say that there are no exits off of Highway 304.
What kind of shit is that?
Now, of course, it says doesn't listen. That kind of goes with submissiveness. Let's see here. Kids need a stepfather. What?
What kind of shit is that?
Looking for a provider, which is obvious, and needs to be saved.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Wow, that was easy, because as clear as day, there was a long list of reasons why a man at 50 could go and get married versus a woman 60 plus. I mean, not that women over 60 cannot find love, but truth is they're usually stuck in their ways and not willing to compromise or even willing to kind of wheel and deal with a man. Unfortunately, a lot of the bad habits that they had in their 20s and 30s go along with them in their 50s and 60s. It is what it is. Now, of course, we have this sister. And I must say, she's actually a pretty decent looking sister too. Like, I'll date her as far as she look. She a little on the ghetto side, but she definitely has a collarbone, and she is a pretty good looking black woman, and she doesn't have too much weave and too much makeup. So let's give it up to her and see what she got to say. I think y'all will definitely be interested in what she has to say. Check it.
Let me tell y'all something, sis. Stop breaking up with your men. If you're married, stop threatening that man with divorce. Every time he do something so small, y'all want to blow it up. Be ready to throw the whole nigga away. Be ready to throw your whole husband away. Knowing good and goddamn well that's the best man that y'all have ever had in your whole lifetime. And then you walk around like your shit don't stink. Like you don't come with flaws. Like you don't have issues that flow out of your heart. And it's like, come on, man. Y'all on this independent high horse. I had everything before I met him. I had my shit together. But if you were so independent, then you take your single ass over there and you be lonely. Y'all cannot expect for men not to make mistakes, for men not to fuck up. We women are stronger emotionally. We are more stronger mentally. But you talking about somebody.
Now, yo. Now, the sister said there was a lot of things that she said that was true, and there's a lot of things that she said was false. As far as women being mentally stronger than us.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
But I must say, everything else she said, though, was on point. A lot of these women be complaining about these dudes. And truth is, y'all even lucky to even have a dude in the first place. And, a lot of men and, well, not even so much the men, maybe not so much the fellas, but we all know that the naysayers and the sisterhood, you know, they're gonna come and they're gonna come and try to come for her as well. And they might be like, okay, well, where's her man? Well, I'm glad you asked. Check this out. Well, can't say that she's not married now, can you?
Emotional damage.
Yeah, we know the sisters who's gonna be in here. They're gonna be mad at her for that. They're gonna be mad at her for that. They're gonna be mad at her for that. Matter of fact, we're gonna go to the next clip. We're gonna let her cook one more time.
Let me tell y'all something, sis. Stop breaking up with your men. If you're married, stop threatening that man with divorce. Every time he do something so small, y'all want to blow it up. Be ready to throw the whole nigga away. Be ready to throw your whole husband away. Knowing good and goddamn well that's the best man that y'all have ever had in your whole lifetime. And then you walk around like your shit don't stink. Like you don't come with flaws. Like you don't have issues that flow out of your heart. And it's like, come on, man. Y'all on this independent high horse. I had everything before I met him. I had my shit together. But if you were so independent, then you take your single ass over there and you be lonely. Y'all cannot expect for men not to make mistakes, for men not to fuck up. We women are stronger emotionally. We are more stronger mentally. But you talking about somebody.
Like I said, sis, you definitely said you said your piece, and you're definitely right. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely right. You know, you try to go too far. You was going way overboard, but you definitely got it. You definitely got it, sis. You definitely got it. Now, back to the whole older woman ready to settle down situation. There's another clip that I want to bring up. And it's been making its ways around, but, you know, I had to put my Cali West touch on it and, you know, take out the church. Check it.
53. And I just can't believe that I'm sitting here and it has been several years. I think it was over a year that I had a date, and then it's been several years since then. Where are all the good men? I'm tired of being alone. I want to share my life with someone. I am just freaking tired. I want to be in love. I want to share my life with someone. I want to feel the joys. I want to have my hands held. I want to be held. I want to kiss. I want to support. I want to make coffee with that person. I want my person. I want my person. Why is it so hard to find your person? I'm tired.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Now, yo, I must say, in my older age, there's certain things that I notice about how women talk. If they really are looking for love, like I want to hear some Beyonce lyrics. I want to hear some cherish you or I'm going to cater to you type shit. You feel me? If you listen to what they say, it's all about their emotions, their need, them feeling safe, them feeling love. It's never the fact that I never hear a woman say that, oh, I'm ready to put all this loving on the man. I'm ready to take care of a man. I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying, you know, clean his foot bottom and massage his foot bottom and all that type of stuff. You don't hear none of that from them. She says she wants her person. Shouldn't you have been someone else's person? There I go. It's all about what she wants, That chick is 53 years old. She's not an ugly chick. She's not an ugly chick. I mean, I'm not even gonna front. She's not an ugly woman. You know what I'm saying? She's not an ugly chick. You know, let's just be real. Let's just be real. A lot of nasty boys will still hit that, even though she's old and she got wrinkles. She's not an ugly chick. Y'all probably still take her down. Not saying, I mean, not when I say y'all, I ain't talking about just Righteous Fear members. I'm just talking about men in general. You feel me? But guess what? Best believe there's a guy at her job who really, really wants to date her. But guess what? He's not up to her caliber or what she thinks is her caliber. Now, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Yep. But unfortunately, see, the caviar, or not even the caviar, the conundrum with these women who are like 50 plus is they want the same type of men that the 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds want. And trust me, the 20 and 30-year-olds know, they know, you know what I'm saying, where it's that. They know who got the money, who's got the finances. And it knows not to do their age, which is why, you know, there's brothers out here who will get, you know what I'm saying, women much younger than them. Check it.
She wanna put that pussy on me, put it on me.
Now, yo, you know, we always got, you know, chicks our age. Now, of course, we got chicks our age telling us, oh, you know what I'm saying, them young girls don't want you. You know, they just want you for your money. As if older chicks don't want you for your money and for the same exact things, too. Which is really just ironic. So, you know, we don't really listen to them. But best believe they will try your best to try to get you up here square and try to guilt you to not date young, fine tenderonis.
Please.
Now, a matter of fact, see, you know, people could try to deny it all they want. But at the end of the day, you know, we all know that, you know, women go to where the money is at. And unfortunately, it's all the men who got the bread. And that's kind of goes without saying. Now, where's that video? There was a video I wanted to show. Is this it? Here we go.
I wish you would. It gives me great.
Tis is the season, the catching of vapors. Now, yo, you know, trust me, I can honestly say that, you know, in my 40s, I've had chicks from college. Chicks from like,
That's my man! That's my man!
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Yep. When you ain't no use to them, they're, you know, you're disposable. So why not return the favor? Shit, I do hey, sometimes, you know, you gotta do the easiest thing for you, which is cut that beach off.
It's an evil world we live in.
Now, there is something else I do want to go over else tonight. Oh, I know. Now, I'm sure y'all probably seen this online. Well, I'm about to present it here on the Cali West Show. Have y'all seen this? Make it wider for y'all. So, a couple's vacation photo is going viral Thoughts? You want to know my thoughts? Now look at the big girlfriend.
Emotional damage.
So because she couldn't fit on this guy's shoulder, and she's like literally 3 of him put together. Now she wants to fold up her arms to be upset. Well,
What kind of shit is that?
you know, I'm sure your man likes you exactly the way you are.
You sound it's all bullshit. All of it.
You know, it's just me. He probably enjoys hitting that at night, but guess what? There's certain things that you can't do with a woman who is twice your size, such as riding, supercars and sports cars. She can't really fit. There's a lot of things that she can't do being so big. And one thing I definitely wish is that our sisters kind of cut down on the weight. Truth be told, fellas was willing to even take big girls back in the day, but guess what? Unfortunately, women, they tricked off their advantage of, the fact that a lot of men believed in their fantasy. But guess what? When big girls who were like 200 pounds, 300 pounds started practicing hypergamy as well, guess what? The fellas woke up. Now they don't want to even put up with it.
Perfect.
But yo, even Buddy, he probably looking at this picture like, man, you know what? I might need to do something about who I choose to be with, because look at that big old arm, bruh. That arm alone. What gets me the most is her arm. That arm, bruh. That's a big arm, G.
Who?
Now, let's see here. What else I got for y'all? Oh. Now, Now, they've been kind of flossing Tamar Braxton or whatever Braxton. I think it's Tamar. But one of them dating a white zaddy. And I guess she decided that she's going to bust out white zaddy, because there's big trouble in Little China.
And I get a notification that my car got used. Look at the date, to the Four Seasons Hotel in New Orleans. Now, I know I'm not in New Orleans. At the hotel for Mr. Jeremy Robinson and his guest, Miss J. Now, I don't know what y'all want me to do with that. Because when I had asked him about it, you get nasty with me and tell me, go take your meds. So when I posted it, I didn't.
Well, what is this? Thought they said they never seen a black woman with a white man angry or mad. It's because they put them on medication. Look at Halle Berry. Shit. Look at J-Lo. She almost black. They all got white men. Are they happy? Are they satisfied?
Uh-oh. He's asking the truth. Y'all hoes is fitting the bill, and then y'all still complaining. So at this point, if it's, you were saying the black man and the problem, you got a white man, and the white man end up just using your ass. And guess what? Oh, well.
Perfect.
Now, see, that's the problem. I have no problem with a woman even, contributing to a relationship or pouring into a man. The only thing is that a black man can't expect that, He has to watch why they do it for zaddy. And here's another too. Any real man doesn't really need a woman to be paying for anything for him. But it'd be nice to get the gesture. Unfortunately, they're always taking care of the man who shouldn't be taking care of them versus the man who take care of them and get treated like shit.
Emotional damage.
Now, I'm about to do a live 45. I ain't going to be with y'all all night. You know, it's Saturday. I'm probably going to do something, get into a little trouble. But I seen this video floating around social media. Check this out. Well, I seen this on social media. I was just definitely had to ask questions. As a matter of fact, I do got one little video to show y'all before we go to that clip. Check it. Yo.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
He got beat on by another chick who wasn't even his woman, bro.
What kind of shit is that?
Shit crazy. Now, I don't know if I played this video for y'all, but here go a woman from the sisterhood complaining. Now check it.
Black man. Have you seen those TikToks where the white guys get on here and they're like, white women, we don't like how you don't use seasoning. White women, we don't like how, your hair smells. Have you seen those? Or maybe have you seen the ones where the Spanish guys get on here and say, we don't want beans every day? Or the Indian men are like, we don't like it when you wear your hijab this way. Have you seen those? Yeah? They don't exist. They don't exist because those.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Look at her. Look at her. You could tell she's part of the 40 plus, 50 plus club. Now, let's just be real. If you was a dainty, sweet woman like a white woman, you probably wouldn't be complaining. You'd probably be in the corner crying. But you're not dainty. You're not respectful. You're not humble. I'm not even going to get on your looks. But with that being said, I don't know where you've been, but black women have been complaining about black men since antebellum slavery. Let's just keep it a buck. Yo, when black men were getting told on the plantation about running away, who do you think was snitching on them? But with that being said, the black woman has been snitching on a black man since longer than we even remember in our documented American history. With that being said, this chick has the audacity to act like there was an Oprah Winfrey who was talking bad about black men. If black women wasn't going on the Donahue show talking bad about black men, they were going on the Geraldo talking bad about black men. They even went on Sarah Jesse Raphael and even Ricky Lake to talk about black men and talk about how we need to get jobs, how we don't want to work, all this type of stuff. And I remember hearing this as a kid in the 80s and the 90s. So let's just keep it a buck. The problem is that now black men have a platform or avenue to speak their mind. And unfortunately, the matriarchy, which is kind of a joke. It's kind of a joke because there is no matriarchy. There is no matriarchy. There's a wannabe facade of a matriarchy in a black neighborhood, but they want to act like is that they're having, play their part against black men in liaison with white supremacy. Let's just be real. But that's neither here nor there. But the bottom line is that we done watched black women talk bad about black men for like the last 30, 40 years on TV. Yo, cut the bullshit.
Emotional damage. Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Okay. So what else I got to share with y'all for tonight? Because we got a couple more minutes. Then I'm out of here. I ain't better be out here all night tonight. Once again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Nope.
Sheesh. Better watch out. The Diddy might get you. Oh, here we go. We had to discuss this before we go. Check it.
Favorite things is like getting nutted in.
Really? Why? Low-key same. Low-key same. It's just warm and like, oh.
It's just so comforting to know that his kids are like inside me. You know
Swimming?
Swimming. Yeah, you're just like.
Yeah, you think they like
You know what
hold
I
their
mean?
nose and you think they're.
Yeah.
No, what do you mean?
I honestly feel like I feel closer to people. And then, everyone judges me because, like, I don't have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I just let people nut in me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I was pregnant, I wouldn't know who the baby daddy is, but...
Hold up.
What?
So your kid would come out not knowing the baby daddy?
My kid doesn't need a dad. I didn't have a dad. I turned out pretty fine. I'm successful. My kid doesn't need a dad because I didn't have a dad, and look at me now.
You're physically successful in the world of money. Are you mentally successful? Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'll be getting nutted in.
The fact that she had to think about it, girl, you know you ain't that happy. The only time you happy is when you getting pound, when brothers take you to Pound Town.
She wanna put that pussy on me, put it on me.
Now, for any sisters who probably see this video, they're gonna be like, "Oh, see, white girls do it too." But guess what? These are not the type of white girls that we yearn to go get with. Now, will we sleep with them and let them ride in our car a couple of nights? Hell yeah. But no, we do not want a white woman who's letting every Tom, Dick, and Harry nut in them. No.
It's an evil world we live in.
But it just goes to show, women do not prefer condoms, bro. They like the nut. They like the protein. They definitely like the protein, G. And they definitely like protein shakes. Now, is there anything else I want to go over before we close up for tonight? I'm sure the passport bros and all the brothers who like interracial dating are like this. Check this out.
In America?
Black.
Why do you like a black man versus a Turkish man?
Because the black men are so masculine, so gentlemen. I'm not dating with Turkish guys.
Why not?
I don't like dating with them. No, I'm waiting with American guys.
Why do you want an American guy, not a Turkish guy?
They are so masculine.
Really?
I don't like Turkish men. They are so jealous. They can accept me who I am. They are not my type.
So let me ask you this. A girl that's watching this, she wants to get a black man. What can you do to get a black man?
They love curly girls. Curvy, yeah.
He ain't lying, but he ain't lying, and she's definitely just the right amount of curvy. Definitely. What's the name? I'm mad that they showed that cartoon of, I forgot what that kid, that scientist kid. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie though. She look a good looking chick. She's a good looking chick. She's just about curvy enough, definitely. Let's see here. I know I'm supposed to be off right now. Oh, let Bernie Mac cook. Check this out.
He
Bernie
came
Mac.
in the house the other day, me and my brother, we were playing pool. He came in, he said, hey, Dad, what's the difference between a hypothetical question and a realistic question? Well, you know, my brother, he kind of stupid too, you know. Hypothetical. They basically mean the same, but sometimes they be different. For example, go upstairs and ask your mother, will she make love to the mailman for $250,000? My nephew ran upstairs, came back 10 minutes later. He said, Daddy, Mama said she'll fuck the mailman, the milkman, and any other man for $250,000. He said, well, son, go downstairs and ask your sister, will she make love to the next door neighbor for $250,000? Came back 15 minutes later and said, Father, sister said she'll fuck the next door neighbor, the neighborhood, and the next block for $250,000. My brother looked at me, I looked at him. Tell him, man, tell him. He said, let me tell you something. Son, hypothetically speaking, we should have $500,000. He said, but realistically speaking, son, we living with 2 hoes.
Shout out to Bernie Mac. Rest in peace, for sure. Let me see if I can round it off to do 50 minutes. Oh, see, and another reason why a lot of men like David Banner, or not even so much David Banner, I'm not going to put that on him, but men in the righteous fear, men for the free agent lifestyle, the reason why we rather go to the JUCO and deal with a younger woman is for this reason. Because older women, they done did things that are unthinkable. Check it. Check this out.
I'll take a wild nigga did. It had me wondering, do I got wrong with pussy? I was sick.
What the fuck she just said? You heard her.
Some of y'all say he go too hard. It ain't that
Don't
bad.
take a wild nigga.
Now you see. Now you see.
You have cooned so bad that they damn near need to put your face in the dictionary next to the word coon.
I'm going to hospitalize you coons because I care about you. The Dr. Papa Mental Health Hospital for coons.
Yo, did you hear what she just said? What she said was so disgusting. I can't even repeat it, bro. I can't repeat it, and I'm only gonna play it once. So y'all, if y'all want to hear that shit again, y'all rewind that shit. But I cannot hear that shit again. Even though she's a grown woman, she's saying that shit. What? What is she trying to tell? What is she trying to tell the industry? What is she trying to tell her viewers? What is she trying to tell her listeners, bro? And like, as a grown woman, you didn't find anything wrong with that, even whether that was true or not. Shit crazy. Shit crazy. Shit crazy. Shit crazy. You know what? We can end this with a pretty young thing. Check it. Oh, you know what? There's one more thing that we need to talk about tonight. Let me go back on Facebook. Yeah, I forgot. There sure was some other stuff I wanted to talk about on Facebook. Let's see here. Oh, I stopped sharing, but that's okay. Where is it at? Oh, check this out. I might have to run it. I might have to run it back at least twice so y'all can get the full perspective. Check this out, yo. This is crazy. You know what? Just to keep this PC, I'm not gonna show that. Let's just say if y'all follow me on Facebook, y'all can go ahead and see that. And I might have to post that to my IG. But yeah, I don't want to post nothing like that. Yeah, that's a little along the lines. And I like to follow the guidelines in Facebook. But there is something else I do want to share. Where's it at? Where's it at? Wow. Oh, here you go. So to protect the name of the girl, this person here decided that they was going to post earlier. And look what their post says. Well, on her post originally, she said, this is who her man left her for. Now, yes, is the black girl, is she not attractive? I'm not gonna say she's not attractive, but as my girlfriend, I ain't gonna lie, I done had a couple girlfriends who are shaped like this, but like you're in your like lingerie for the whole world to see, girl. If those ain't red flags, and who you trying to get attention from? And look, now compared to this. Now, yes, maybe she doesn't have the biggest backside in the world, but she still got a nice little body on her. She got more than enough. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, I ain't gonna say there's such thing as too much. I definitely not gonna say there's such thing as too much ass, but let's just be real. Sometimes it could be too much ass. Like, I'll never say no to too much ass per se, but maybe on an everyday level, I think Miss Petite would probably be the better one to go. One thing I could definitely say the difference between her and the other chick, it's not even so much that, oh, I like her because she's white or because she's Latina and nothing like that. No. One, at least she's smiling. Two, at least she's showing off her body, but at least she's not, damn near almost, in theory, half naked. The only difference between her being naked, completely naked, is just if she just took off one piece, or if somebody just ripped that off right there. If she ripped that off, she'll be butt ass naked. Shit, at least old girl, she might have a G-string on or something under it. And, it has nothing to do with me, favoring, a Spanish chick over a sister. But she's the one who posted the question. She's the one who posed the question about whether, whether or not it's okay, I guess, for her dude to go drop her for another dude, for another chick who looks, at least more presentable than she is. Now, it had nothing to do with her race, but let's just be real. Maybe race could be affected as well because one has natural hair, one doesn't. One has barely any makeup. The other one has a cake full of makeup. Now, there are a lot of natural sisters out here, but, regardless of that, we're talking about this sister there. And I can definitely see why old boy would definitely leave you compared to your demeanor and what you're doing online versus her demeanor and what she's doing online. Now, let's see here. Okay. Well, I think that wraps it up for tonight, y'all. Once again, it's Cali West. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. Cali West, I'm gone.